write the vision down so that those who read it may run. In the modern 21st century, we are going to use technology to take the vision of help, write it down, train it into our team on a regular basis so that we can run towards that vision with the power of God's Holy Spirit. This is a brief training, about 7 minutes, that's intended to continually remind us of the vision that we have in front of us for 2014. I will speak slowly and clearly so that all of our team members around the world will be able to understand with great clarity. Help exists for one reason, and that is to make disciples of Jesus through sustainable partnerships in the domains of West Africa, and in particular, Southwest Nigeria. That is the one goal that we are all working towards. In fact, I would ask every Help team member and stakeholder to memorize this mission so that we can remind ourselves and others of what we do. To do that, we have 6 priorities or values that we will constantly reflect on and use in order to make consistent and purposeful decisions. These 6 values are the core of our operation. First, disciples. Making disciples of Jesus is our priority. Second, excellence. God is excellent, and as we have been created in His image, we will reach for excellence in everything from meeting with officials to cooking rice. Third, sustainability. If it is not sustainable, we likely will not do it. Sustainability means for us that every person brings something of value to the work. 4, partnerships. If sustainability means that everybody brings something of value, what makes it a partnership is when each person holds the other accountable to what they have brought. Number 5, serving needs. Jesus modeled the service of others, and we will do well to follow His leadership. And finally, our 6th domain, our value, is actually the value of domains. These are the different platforms or stages that God has given us the opportunity to work through in order to make disciples. These 6 domains represent that 10-year vision of help that began in 2012, and each domain has 3 priorities that are hoped to be achieved by 2022. First, education. One of those priorities is a nursery-aged homeschool process to set our children up for success when they enter primary school. Next, 3 parent schools, 2 of which we already work with, both the Heritage College and Good Shepherd Primary School. The education domain coordinators are working on a 3rd future site for a parent school, along with a process for a small-scale bush school in multiple locations. And finally, the Center for Educational Excellence, a place where local educators can engage in lifelong learning for the value of all Nigerians. The 2nd domain is the agriculture domain. And in that domain, we have a priority of building a dam in Okoloki. This is the future home of both livestock and crop farm to complement another part of the agriculture vision, and that is the agricultural microenterprise, a sustainable partnership that Help will enter into with Major Henry Ajetomobi this year to make disciples through agriculture. And finally, the Center for Agricultural Training, a place where local and future agricultural workers can engage, again, in lifelong learning for the value of all Nigerians as it relates to agriculture. Our 3rd domain is the business domain. The priorities of this domain are the Egbe Micro Enterprise, a future operation where local Nigerians are employed to provide products and services that impact the local community with the Help values. Second is the microfinance services, continuing to build on the already robust and healthy microfinance program serving over 100 local small businesses. And then the Center for Business Training, a place where local and future business women and men can engage in lifelong training for the value of their business. The 4th domain is the social welfare domain. The priorities of this domain are simple: a child alumni process, ensuring that all graduating children from the Care Center are guided along a path of continued discipleship and opportunity into adulthood. Also, 3 care centers, with 1 excellent care center or orphanage already established. The social domain coordinators are working in the coming 1 to 2 years to identify new locations and set the process of expansion in motion. And finally, the Center for Adult Literacy Training, a place where local Nigerians can learn one of life's most vital skills, the ability to read. Our fifth domain is the outreach domain. Reproducible discipleship process is one of the priorities of that domain, and that affects all domains in what is our priority of making disciples. Also, a vision of seeing 50 indigenous churches planted. These are local congregations of believers who hold to the basic marks of the New Testament church. And finally, in the outreach domain, a center for reproducible discipleship, which in fact has already begun through the Institute of Pastoral Theological Training, where 10 local pastors are being trained in solid biblical doctrine and theology to be sent back out and plant churches. Finally, the healthcare domain. We have 3 priorities in this domain as well. The Egbe Hospital Partnership, where help provides support to the local hospital's objectives, and the hospital provides an outlet for current and future laborers. Second is a primary care mobile clinic. To build on the current clinic that HELP employs, this is a simple motorcycle, or locally called a machine, that the HELP nurse uses to travel to 5 to 10 different village locations to provide the most basic primary care while referring many patients to the Egbe Hospital. And finally, a sustainable water project, providing clean, renewable water at a sustainable price to customers who have ownership in its delivery. Our hope is that you will see the 10-year vision of HELP clearly, that you will embrace the 6 values of discipleship, excellence, sustainability, partnership, serving needs, and domains, and that it will motivate and inspire you to make disciples of Jesus through sustainable partnerships in the domains of Southwest Nigeria. For more information on HELP, please visit our website at helpwestafrica.org.